Short, Scary Stories. The Kid Is Not My Son, by username J. Justin Graham. I lifted the boy into my arms, cast a glance at my sleeping wife, and stepped out of the house. It was early. The sun set waves through the pale blue sky, but the heat hadn't reached the ground yet. Still, I draped the cloth of my shawl over my shoulder. The boy tucked in weak shadow in the crook of my arm. A few clouds drifted lazily across the vastness. He was serene, honey-coloured irises briefly visible as his eyelids fluttered open, then shut. The colour nothing like my own. He isn't mine, is he? She'd deny it, screamed in anger and fear, cursed me even, spat at me, then sobbed, begged me to keep quiet. Who? She would never say who. She'd never say. I would have lost face, to be cuckolded, to have my wife lay with another man, to bear his child. I would have been expected, indeed encouraged, to slay her to repair my honour. I held the knife above her head as she slept. Her skin, coloured by the sun, glowed in the moonlight as the boy's whimpers gurgled from his crib behind us. Her eyes were closed, face serene. It reminded me of the first time we laid together as man and wife. When I laced her fingers with mine and told her I would give myself to her every happiness. I buried the knife in an unmarked ditch a few miles from home. I wept. Then I returned, promising to be a better man, a father to this child. I looked at him again, now studying his face as he slept. He had her chin and her nose, a small dimple, a ruddy glow to his skin, beating in time with his heart. He was beautiful. I wanted to love him. I tried to accept him as mine. But a dark cloud set in my brain, like rot, a hiss from an unseen mouth that blotted the sky and blacked out the sun. Nothing could grow in that ground. Pathetic. She's a whore, and you're a cuckold. Pathetic. Wind grew in the distance, the sands of the desert rising like a wall, as I lifted the wooden slats off the well. The heat of the coming storm singed the tears from my cheeks as I moaned in agony, my mind rapping against itself afar. I heard a voice reach to me. I felt his fingers, then looked down. His eyes found mine, the golden glow shimmering as a fat finger wrapped around my own. His face was curious, understanding, but bade my forgiveness. I know it's not your fault, I croaked. The voice carried closer. The boy gripped me tighter, fear registering. The wind howled. Miriam's scream cut through it, piercing, panicked. Joseph! I'm sorry. I wailed in grief, my hands parting, as Yeshua slipped into the open mouth. He looked at me with a mix of disgust and sadness before disappearing into the dark. Around us, the world collapsed.